Hi everybody, part 2 of making soap here on Hawk's Adventure Channel. Yesterday we rendered a bunch of lard from some pig, and today I've got my recipe here. That's what I'm going to make. I'm going to make some pig and net. That's what I'm going to call it. It's mostly pig lard, but it's a little bit of coconut oil. We're going to end up with just about 29 ounces on the yield, so just shy of 2 pounds. And I'll show you the ingredients now of what we've got here. We've got the lard. I've already measured out the coconut oil, so I don't need this container anymore. I'm going to be making 2 batches today. That's why these other oils are sitting out here. This is the lye we're using, California Soap Supply, high quality lye. It's pure lye. So you want to make sure to do as I say, not as I do, and put some gloves on before you try to mix this stuff up. But that's one of our ingredients, this is one of our ingredients, and this is one of our ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and follow my recipe here, and I'm going to add 2.9 ounces of lye. I'm going to mix that with 6.6 ounces of water, and then after I get those mixed up, I'm going to bring the temperature of everything down. So we'll see. Okay, so now I've gotten my oil mixed up and I've gotten my lye mixed up. You need to make sure to mix the lye up until it's clear liquid, to make sure that it has, broken down as much as it can. Lye gets pretty hot. It gets up to about 200 or so degrees. We want to bring both temperatures down to something that's pretty close to each other before we mix them together. Once the mix gets back in with the lye, it's going to heat up again, but we want to try to get them about the same temperature before we put them into the blender. Okay, so right now I'm sitting at just about 100 degrees on 120 degrees on the oil, and that's looking good. I think that's a pretty good number. It's the same number we've been using before. So now we're going to just kind of stir this around, the lye solution, the lye water solution around in this ice here. I've got it set in ice water, and we're just going to stir it a little bit until that temperature comes down to just about 120 degrees. So I'm going to continue doing that, and then as soon as we get this down to temperature, we're going to go ahead and mix this stuff together. Now don't you worry, I'm not going to make you wait for another segment, because this is not going to take very long. I'm down to 125 right now. There we go, 120. Okay, so I'm going to take this plastic wrap off. I had it on there because this creates a noxious gas, and you probably want to do this in a ventilated area.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now my hand just got wet. I don't know if that's lye water or not. I'm going to rinse it off just in case. Alright, now we're going to mix these two together in the blender, and it's not going to take very long of blending this to get it to turning into soap here. So let's go ahead and combine these two things here. Get out as much as I can here. Direct load into the sink. I'm going to start rinsing stuff out so I can get ready for the next batch.
Okay.
Okay, so now that I have this in the blender, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on low. I'm going to put it on liquefy, and it is not going to take very long. Go ahead and drop. Now as this is mixing up, it's changing from oil into soap. Instead for being a water repellent, it's turning into a water soluble thing. Now I'm going to stop it for a second. I'm just going to take a quick look, take a look at the consistency of it, and when this starts looking like a liquid soap, which it's not yet, it's not thick enough yet, but when this starts looking like a liquid soap and it's a little bit thicker, it's going to be ready to be poured into the mold. So
There'll also be bubbles on top.
and there'll be bubbles on top, yeah. So I'm just gonna sit here and sing you a song about the blender. This blender, it turns and turns and turns. You don't never want to get your fingers stuck in a blender, because whatever you're trying to make might end up being a trip to the hospital. And that's my song about the blender. I don't think they could even hear me, but that's my song about the blender. Oh yeah. What'd I do with that thing? Here, there's definitely bubbles coming up, but no, we're still not thick enough yet. Go ahead and just turn it on here for another second and let her go. Okay, so we've got it blended up, and as I said, when I mix it back in with the lye, it's going to increase in temperature. And I just want to, real quick, I want to go over that. Just touched this thing. I know it's covered in ice. I'm probably going to burn myself, but like I said, you know, do as I say, not as I do, and wear gloves.
Yes.
That will definitely help you if you have sensitive skin. Okay, now the temperature on this has, let me see, there's 120. It's just about, it's about 130 and climbing. So it is increasing in heat. What I've done here is I've set out a couple of different types of molds. I've got your regular store-bought individualized mold, some heart molds. They're made out of this rubbery stuff.
Silicone.
And then I've got some plastic ones over here that are, I have just some plastic wrap stuck in there. These are hard plastic, and I'm going to make, in this one I'm going to slice it into small pieces and make like hotel-sized soaps. And then some round ones, and then this one here is going to be 4 or 8, depending on how thick it is, pieces of soap when I'm done. But for the time being, we're going to go ahead and
You can do these ones first.
I guess we'll make this one first. Just going to use the other ones first, but that's fine. Okay, so you just pour it into the mold. Give yourself a little bit of room there, but don't pour too much in. Just makes a mess. And we're going to take this, a little less than 2 pounds here, and we're going to put these in these molds here. Still got a little bit in there, but I want to level this out a little bit. There's some water in that. Okay, see, it's still kind of lumpy and stuff on top. I could, if I wanted to, take the spatula and go over the top of it, but it's soap. I honestly don't care. I'm going to put the rest of this over here in one of these smaller containers. I guess this one here, the hotel one, might hold it. And I'm calling this the hotel one because I'm going to slice this one into little thin pieces for hotel-sized soaps. So I could take it on the road with me or whatever if I want to, without, you know, accidentally losing a whole bar of soap someplace or something. I'll just end up losing a little bit here. And okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to scoop the rest of this stuff in here, and I will see you guys here in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so we were going to make another batch today, but I think we're going to wait for the essential scent oils before we start making any more, because ordered some of those yesterday, and we're going to wait for them to come before we do any more, so our soap will smell nice. Right now it just smells like soap, but so this is how it's going to sit. We'll leave it here until tomorrow or the next day, and then we'll pull it out of these. We'll slice that one up, and then we'll set it on these racks over here where I've got drying. So this is the one that I showed in the video a week or so ago. It's already almost hard enough to use. There wasn't that much water content in it to begin with, so it's almost ready to use. This one that we made about a week beforehand is still soft in the middle, so it's not ready to use. It's going to be ready in maybe 2 or 3 more weeks. This one will probably be ready in a week. So it just depends on the water content for how long it's going to be before they're ready. But it should be just about 2 months of curing and drying before they're going to be ready for use. Alright, well, that's all we've got. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and share your links if you make your own. I'd like to see.